Hello, everyone. This is News Now Health Update. Joining us today is Lisa Gibalerio, Public Health Educator with Wayside Youth Family Support Network and coordinator of the Belmont Wellness Coalition. Welcome, Lisa.
Hey, thanks. Great to be here.
Uh, So today we're exploring a topic that parents are likely to have many questions about, and that's teen dating and relationships. For starters, when is it appropriate for kids to begin to date?
Well, Joanna, it will depend on their maturity level. Some kids feel ready in middle school and some won't begin dating until college, right? So it really does depend. But statistically speaking, I have read that by age 15, about half of the teens out there say they're ready to date.
Really? Is there a best way for parents to talk about dating with their kids?
Well, there's no one perfect way to have these conversations, but there are some guidelines. First of all, these should not be one-off conversations. They should be ongoing, something you're checking in with your teen about. If possible, it should involve both parents, not necessarily at the same time, but the responsibility of these kinds of conversations shouldn't just fall to one parent. Conversations are great because they offer parents an opportunity to impart their values and explain where these values are coming from, and also to share, relevant and accurate information. And that's really important because if caregivers are not a source of reliable information for their kids, then their kids may be getting that information from the internet or from their peers, and that can sometimes be less accurate.
I see. So some kids are just not comfortable talking with their parents. So in that case, what do parents do?
Well, if a teen shuts down the conversation, parents can validate that it's uncomfortable, that it's embarrassing, but tell your teens that you will be circling back, that it's kind of your role as caregiver to have these conversations. Just like when they were little, you helped them learn how to cross the street or ride a bike. It's your job to provide some guidance with regard to relationships and dating.
Okay. Now, if parents discuss concepts such as intercourse, consent, and birth control, might this encourage kids to engage in those activities?
So this is a question I do get frequently, and the research is pretty clear, and the answer is no. Providing information does not greenlight those activities. It does not send the incidences of those activities up. What it does do, though, and this is important, is it provides information and it provides, thoughtful decision making around those topics. So it does not drive them up, but it gives the kids more information.
Good to know. So is it okay for parents to put some boundaries in place around dating?
Oh, absolutely. Parents can have rules around, no dating before ninth grade. So that, or something like that, that would be an age boundary. They may say that the friends cannot be at the house when parents are not home. And some parents will say, okay, you can have your person over, but no entertaining in the bedroom, or, so certainly guidelines can be put in place. However, I would encourage caregivers to have a conversation with your kid ahead of time about what those boundaries will be.
Okay. Should parents broach the topic of potential negative dating experiences?
Yes, and the reason why is that studies show that 1 out of 4 teens report some type of relationship abuse. Now, it could be verbal, emotional, physical, or sexual. So it's important for parents to talk about what a healthy relationship looks like and how to break off an unsafe relationship. Part of what parents hopefully all along will have been discussing with their kids is the need to be with someone who you are comfortable with, where there's mutual respect, how to recognize typical, everyday conflict that happens in relationships and more concerning or dangerous conflict. At this age, we know as adults that these relationships are learning experiences. They're not going to be happily ever after. But it's important for parents to be there as their children are learning and having various experiences.
Well, thank you, Lisa. This was a lot of good information and a lot of important information for parents out there. And it was great having you, and we'll look forward to having you again soon for another
Thank
health
you.
update.
Thanks.
You're welcome.